Behind Britain's front doors, a battle is brewing.
He hasn't had his rent for ages. He's owed 24 grand, boss.
It is disgraceful.
On one side, 11 million renters.
This house is hell for us.
Thousands of whom fall victim to rogue landlords.
They are rat droppings.
It's really, really nasty.
On the other side, 2 million private landlords.
Look.
I'm being down clean of sewers.
Many facing financial ruin at the hands of tenants from hell.
Oh, disgusting.
I'm just so angry.
Let's go.
In this series, we follow the heroes who take slum landlords down.
Start a fire, electrocute somebody.
And the experts whose job it is to evict nightmare tenants.
Get that away, man.
Remember what the court said, you should have been out 2 weeks ago.
The number of tenants being evicted from their homes is at a 6-year high. Most are evicted after going through a lengthy legal process. But a few unscrupulous landlords and letting agents use every tactic in the book to illegally force their tenants out the moment they get behind with the rent. In Peterborough, the council's housing team, led by Gareth Brighton, are on their way to a potential illegal eviction. They plan to lie in wait for the letting agent who they suspect is involved.
See what the purpose for them coming to the property is, whether they're aggressive or what have you, and at that point we'll make ourselves known.
The housing enforcement team have been joined by the police. They're hoping to catch the letting agent forcefully evicting the tenants.
Let's not hang about. Hey up. I just make out we're not at the property.
Someone across the street there, look. Got to give the game away.
The blue one?
Yeah, he's looking at us as we arrive.
Suspicious blue car. We're just trying to work out whether this blue car might be from the agency. You never know.
Yeah, it's going round the back. From the City Council, I understand that there's a problem.
Gareth explains to the tenant what they're planning to do.
What we would like to do is just sort of wait out of sight and see what happens, OK? If your landlord comes to the house, we will then make ourselves known.
The tenants who've made the allegations against their letting agent are husband and wife Virginia and Svegdas. Police Community Support Officer Iva Krochelev, originally from Lithuania, doubles up as translator.
The letting agency rang just now and they asked for money, and they said we did agree to pay on Friday because that's when they get paid, and the letting agency said they will be on their way soon to get them evicted.
The plan is to catch the letting agent trying to evict them, and that calls for stealth.
At the moment, this is our priority, to make sure that they don't get thrown out. I want to get into somewhere where we can't be seen. This is our emergency sort of response.
If his intention is to act illegally, then we want to catch him in the act. It's better for us, evidentially, so we're just briefing the tenant just to act normal.
The tenants fell behind with the rent when they had to attend a family funeral in Lithuania. They claimed that even though they were just 2 weeks short, the letting agent threatened them with violence in front of their children. Their friend translates.
He need his money. Then the landlord started pushing his husband. He shouted and he tried to scare this family. He was telling that till 1 o'clock today they need to move out. If not, he will come and smash everything outside. He's scared. It was outside 5 or 6 men more. Yeah.
This sort of behaviour has to stop. People shouldn't be thrown out of their homes. Look, we've got young children in here. You know, where are they going to go tonight if they're thrown out?
What's that? What you got? What you got?
We're not going to say it doesn't happen out there, because it most definitely does. It normally happens when our backs are turned or we've gone home from the working day. Normally at night time or over weekends is quite typical.
Just a waiting game now, waiting for the time that letting agents said they're going to turn up.
As the time the tenants were expecting the letting agent to arrive comes and goes,
Yeah, quite frustrating.
the team grow concerned they've been rumbled.
Can't be here 24/7. I'll brief the police, raise a flag on the address on the police computer.
2 hours pass and the team decide to pull out. But they're concerned the letting agent may return later that evening.
If something happens tonight, call the police on 999.
Yes.
Don't open the door, okay? And tell the police that it could be a breach of the peace.
The housing team and police have given the tenants all the advice they need. But it's frustrating because without first-hand evidence of harassment, cases like this are hard to prove.
A bit gutted. It would have been, sort of, I say nice, but it would have been good to have sorted it all out today. But that's the nature of it. As long as the guys are protected this evening, that's the main thing.
Squatting in residential properties became a criminal offence in 2012. But as savvy squatters know, when commercial premises are involved, it's just a civil matter and no criminal case can be brought. This is when getting squatters out can become expensive and time-consuming, as a Bristol property developer learnt to his cost. In the spring of 2015, Alex Marland bought a derelict pub in Bristol's run-down St George's.
We bought it at the end of April as a development opportunity to see if we can obtain change of use from a pub to residential.
He was hoping to turn the White Hart pub into a number of residential houses.
There was no one in there when we bought it, and after we bought it, we boarded the whole pub up so that it was secure.
But while he was waiting for planning permission, Alex received a disturbing call from a neighbour.
We received a phone call saying that people were starting to move beds into the building and we ought to get down there. So I then called the police and asked them to attend.
Although the pub was boarded up, the squatters had managed to find a way into the property.
There was some chance leaning out of the window when we arrived, and there was a few people down below, and as we arrived, a whole load more other people arrived. I asked them what they were doing in there initially, and they said they now live there, and I said, well, you don't live there because we own the building. At which point they then sort of they said they've got rights, and they put notices up.
Alex fully expected the police to move the trespassers on, but he received a rude awakening.
The police said that they are now in there as squatters, and that if we try to go into our premises and remove them, then we would be arrested. We just couldn't quite believe what we were hearing. To be turned around and told that we were the ones that were going to be arrested was quite staggering, really.
The police's hands were tied, as the squatters were occupying a commercial premises, and that's not a crime. One month has passed since they moved in. Desperate to get his pub back, Alex has called in Chris Sharp from the landlord group for help.
We've got somebody at the window, you see? Do you want to come downstairs? Just 1 minute. Let's see if he comes down.
In 10 days' time, a court hearing has been scheduled to try and get them evicted. Today, Chris is serving notice on the squatters.
Clearly somebody in there. The blinds always give it away. Hi, I'm here to serve papers on you regarding the unlawful occupancy of this property. you want to open the door? Would you like to open the door so I can talk to you face to face? Pardon? I think he said, one moment. I think he said that. It's a terrible situation for a landlord to be in. They've bought this place and they actually want to put some, utility housing in here. They can't do that now. They're just trying to make better something which has now clearly failed. We have to let them know that there is a hearing taking place which directly affects them being the unlawful occupiers. But I don't think they're coming. No, he's not coming. He's not coming.
It looks like the pub's new residents have got the message.
Politely gave us a one-finger wave, and then I think that tells us everything. So there's no point really hanging around any longer. What we needed to do has been done. I'm satisfied it's been done. So we'll see what happens in 10 days' time.
In Peterborough, council officers are investigating an allegation that a letting agent is harassing his Lithuanian tenants, who claim they've fallen just 2 weeks behind with their rent.
I'm ringing now.
Earlier, the team failed to catch the letting agent illegally evicting his tenants.
Hello.
But later that afternoon, Housing Enforcement Officer Gareth Brighton receives an urgent call.
Okay, yeah, I'm on my way. He's there. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Dave, I've just had a call from the tenant. Landlord's been effing and blinding on the phone, calling them dickheads and all sorts, and he's on his way round.
To stop the situation escalating dangerously, Gareth and the police need to get there fast.
She did sound distressed. Yeah, it's this one, mate.
Gareth can bring a prosecution against the letting agent if he can prove the tenants are being illegally evicted or harassed. The police also want to investigate the allegations.
Hi, mate. Do you mind me asking who you are, please?
Sorry?
Do you mind me asking who you are, please?
Can you get that out of my face?
Mm-hmm.
Can you get that out of my face?
Can we just confirm that you're happy for the camera to be in the house? Yeah, okay.
I'm asking you to get that out of my face.
Well, we're not going to. Yeah, I'm from the City Council. This here is a police officer. Just want to know really what's going on.
They've been avoiding rent, so I've just come round for asking for rent.
So you've come around asking for rent. Were you invited into the property?
Well, I've not forced my way in.
Yeah, when he knocked on the door, they invited him in. No, she said that you came here and tried to remove some valuable stuff, like the mobile phones,
Does it look like I've moved anything?
television.
She's a liar, he's a liar. They've not been paying rent for so many weeks, so am I not entitled to come round to ask for my money?
Gareth is gathering evidence to bring a potential prosecution and explains this to the letting agent.
You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. The people in this house are making allegations that you've been verbally aggressive and threatening to them in an attempt to drive them from the property, a property which they have the legal right to occupy. Do you have anything to say to that?
Goodbye.
So you don't wish to say anything at all? It's on record because you're under caution.
Under caution for what? What have I done?
Harassment, okay? The guys in there are saying that they are being harassed and threatened to leave the property. People have a right to live in this property without fear or harassment. The guys inside are making allegations that they've been called dickheads, have been told to get out of the property, and have been threatened if they don't get out of the property, things will happen to them.
That's a load of lies.
Okay?
I have asked them to leave.
Yesterday night there was an altercation
Yes.
where people were threatened that by 1 o'clock today, if they don't have the money, they'll be forced to leave. And now that is a criminal offence, defined by Section 1 of the Protection from Eviction Act 1977. You're not allowed to threaten people or do any actions that drive people out of a property.
They may turn around and say that I've beaten him up. Does it look like I've beaten him up?
We would have to investigate that, hence why we're here today.
I can assure you, I'm not a criminal. I don't involve in criminal activities.
Okay.
I do things by the books.
What I want to happen from now on is that you liaise through me, obviously before you come here.
No, well,
but
I don't want to.
Okay, that's absolutely fine.
He was agreeing to pay me £700. Could you speak to him about that now, while I'm here? You're saying go through you.
Yep. I'll liaise with them about their rent payments now. Right, okay. Obviously, he wants to make an arrangement for his rent. Is there any arrangement you can come to pay the outstanding rent?
Oh, gentleman says he's happy to give it £300 on Friday.
Oh, he said £700.
If the tenants are more than 2 months in arrears on their rent, the landlord has the right to start legal proceedings to have them evicted. But it's a criminal offence to simply throw them out for being a couple of weeks overdue.
I mean, ultimately, if you're not happy with their conduct, I'm not advising, obviously, that you evict your tenants, but if that's what the route you want to go down, then obviously we need to ensure that that's done lawfully through the correct notices, court orders, etc. They need to be given the correct period of notice and the correct time to move out. Okay, that's really what we're here to ensure. Okay, right, well, let's go our separate ways, leave these people in peace. Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks very much, mate. Appreciate your time.
Take care.
If he comes back again,
They just need to understand that
she's
this
quite
is their
worried
home,
about it.
and they don't have to invite anybody into their home. It's their home.
She worried about he may come back tonight and maybe not on his own. He's aggressive, and he was just only talking now nice.
Ivor, can you just let her know the advice about contacting the police still stands?
Yeah.
We want to ensure that these guys are safe and sorted for tonight while we're not here. Thank you very much. Another day in paradise.
For landlords attempting to get rid of troublesome tenants, the legal process can be long and expensive. It can be even more painful when a tenant-landlord relationship starts off well, but turns sour. Eviction specialist Paul Champlina and his colleague Daryl are heading to a property in Chigwell. They've been called in to help landlord Cindy Signorine evict a family who are almost £3,000 in arrears.
We need to be a bit delicate in the way we handle it, especially if there's kids involved, because it could be quite emotional, whatever. But you've also got, you're dealing sometimes with a landlord who can be quite emotional, and you've got to make sure they don't react in the wrong way, because, you know, especially if a landlord's not getting their rent, hopefully the tenant will leave peacefully. They've had plenty of time.
Landlord Cindy Signorine and her partner Clive have spent almost 2 years battling with their tenant Francesca, who hasn't been paying the rent. It's a bitter pill, because when the tenant first moved in, Cindy had high hopes.
I said yes because I met her personally. She was charming, I fell in love with the little girl, and when I was supposed to collect the rent, no money. We started chasing her boss, her guarantor, and eventually he started paying for her. God knows how she paid him back.
Despite the guarantor stepping in a number of times, the tenant is now almost £3,000 in arrears. 2 weeks ago, Cindy reluctantly took her tenant to court and was awarded possession of the property. Today's the day she's finally due to be evicted.
Finally get this tenant out.
They're there now.
The bailiffs and the locksmith are already on the scene.
I'm a bit frightened.
And the eviction is underway.
The bailiffs.
Hello.
We've already got the keys.
Oh.
You're...
Cindy.
What she's doing now, got all stuff packed, so basically waiting, going till the van comes. But she said,
do you want
way out here, save any confrontation. You change the locks if you want. That's all yours then. All right?
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you.
I'm shocked that she's going so easily. I thought she was going to put up a fight. How are you feeling?
Please, it's all over.
Cindy's relationship with her tenant started so well, but has now completely broken down. She didn't realise that Francesca's older children would also move into the property.
She threw me out and slammed the door, denying 4 people wasn't living there. How can you lie your way through and not pay your rent? I'm just so angry. It doesn't feel like my property anymore. I'm so angry, I'll probably punch her or something.
Hi.
Hello, Paul.
Hi, how are you?
Ah, nice to meet you.
Paul arrives to take over the eviction from the bailiffs.
Okay, the tenants have all gone.
No, she's in there.
still
She's
in it?
packing up, yeah.
Right.
The tenant has asked a friend for some help with the move.
She doesn't want me to go in because...
You stay outside. Hello? Hello. Hi, do you know how long you're going to be?
I'm still waiting for the van. They're on the way, but there's nothing traffic.
All right, because obviously the time has passed now. We're happy to wait out here for another 10 more minutes, all right? Okay. Cindy?
Yeah.
She said that the van's on its way. The problem is she hasn't even packed a lot of stuff.
Totally.
I mean, if she hasn't, if it's all last minute...
I mean, she knew it was going to happen today. She should have been...
knows.
Boxes should have been outside by now.
The locksmith has changed the locks.
There you go. Lovely.
Thank you.
Very much.
Brilliant.
Well, not yet. We haven't got the property back yet. I was a van here now.
I need to pick it up.
Need to pick it up?
It's only down the road.
But the van was supposed to be here an hour ago. It was only 10 minutes away.
Is that her son?
Yeah, that's the eldest son, who's not supposed to be living here.
Should have been done last night.
I can't say it enough. This is what she is. She just puts you off and puts you off and puts you off.
But then, Paul gets a call out of the blue. It's questioning the legality of the eviction.
Yeah, hello. My name's Paul Champlina from... Pardon? What council are you from? OK, so how can we know that who you are if you're not telling us that you're from the council? We're in control of the property. The eviction has taken place. OK. You've got a right to tell us what council you're from and what housing office you're from. OK, and what's your name? Just bear with me 2 seconds, please.
What's the name on there?
Paul thinks the call may be a ruse.
The guy wouldn't give his details, but then he said he was supposedly from Redbridge Council. Wouldn't give me his name. Could be a friend of hers for all that I know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Then tempers begin to fray. As the tenant's friend lets her feelings be known.
Just on the F off.
OK, don't worry.
But she knows she's got to go. She knows she's got to go.
Cindy, you just move back. Don't worry.
You're the rudest person I've ever met. Don't lie.
I'm working. I'm paying my mortgage. I'm paying my bills.
Yeah, let's go in there.
The tenant should be out by now, so Paul and Daryl try to hurry the eviction along.
How are you getting on with the van?
The van is running behind.
OK, let me just turn the process to where you're at. We're going to give you an hour.
Okay.
Whether you've moved your stuff or whatever, the property will be locked.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you OK with that?
Yeah.
OK, thank you very much. So this is what we're going to do. I've given them until 11 o'clock, so I don't have to leave and leave you here.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying
I'll
about that?
go and kill her. She's stringing this out to upset me. I'm infuriated. It's not fair.
In Chigwell, Essex, eviction specialist Paul Champlina is helping landlord Cindy Scenerine evict tenants who owe almost £3,000 in unpaid rent.
I mean, she knew it was going to happen today. She should have been... Boxes should have been outside by now.
It's hours past the time the tenants were due to leave, and tensions are running high.
OK. You hold back, you guy. Hi, Francesca. You ready to go now?
Had a van booked, then it broke down. We have to find another one within half an hour.
You haven't packed half of the boxes. And we're waiting, right? I gave you 1 hour deadline.
Yeah.
Right, that's past now. What I'm saying to you now...
My job, not house.
Okay.
And now you're trying to make
Okay.
me up. Someone is coming with a bag.
I know you're distressed, but at 11:30, I have to turn the lock to the door.
You're turfing a family.
This has been going on for 11:30. That's fine.
I quit my job because I can't.
11:30, just start moving the stuff down.
Would you like to help them, please?
Well, hold on a second. I'm not a removal guy. You could have done this a lot earlier, right? She's known for months. The notice was served in March.
A woman can do all this on her own.
Start moving everything out. The more stuff you move out, we're wasting time talking. Start moving stuff out. Right, 11:30.
You need the outside.
Okay. Okay, I've given her another half an hour.
Maybe we could help put the stuff down.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a removal guy, you know. Exactly.
Boxes are far too heavy. I can't do it.
Okay. How many boxes are there? You need...
Quite a few. I'm sorry. I physically cannot carry those boxes.
Okay.
They're not concealed, so I don't know what we're going to do.
Okay, I'm happy to do that, but you know what? There's no point starting having a pop at me, darling. What ones are heavy? Are you okay to hold that? You okay?
All part of the service.
The wind-up, this is.
We've expanded the business into a removal firm at the same time.
How you getting on with the van?
It's yeah.
This is just unbelievable, isn't it? It was 4 people in there, wasn't there, with all that stuff?
So I'm going to have to ask you guys to move now, if you don't mind, please. Thank you. Guys, we need to go in now, yeah? You want to come out? Thank you. OK, are we good to go?
For Cindy, there are mixed feelings. She's desperate to get her property back, but knows the tenant is in a difficult situation.
Tempers are fraying, and I've just got to be quiet.
Cindy, can I just have the keys?
It's not very nice what's been done now. Even I am feeling sorry for her, whilst I'm angry.
Cindy, do you want to come in? Cindy, come with me. OK. Thank you.
And I'll tidy up when I come on Monday as well.
You don't need to do that. Don't need to. Just move the stuff.
Because I want to leave the house the way I found it.
That's fine. OK. Well, we can sort that out. But the main thing is you get your stuff and you pick the rest of the stuff up. OK.
I'm moving out. Done.
Cindy, do you want to come in? Come in.
OK, I just
come in,
need
please.
to go in and check. Excuse me, darling. Sorry.
Dad will come in, please.
Yeah.
Cindy finally has her property back, but there's a shock in store.
Look at the state she's left it in. Plates, breakfast stuff. It's not even washed up. This is all broken and stuff. That one's mine.
And this one?
That's broken. This is just not right. Let's see. Oh, God.
I think our work is done.
Thank you, Paul.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you
pleasure,
very
pleasure.
much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Speak to you soon. And
Yeah.
if you need some advice, you know where we are.
Sure.
Okay, good luck in the future.
We'll be in
Take
touch.
Care. Take care. Bye. Bye.
Nice to meet you.
See you. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. I'm just upset that, you know, I had to come to this. I actually feel really sorry for her. I feel sorry for the kids. I'm really, really disheartened it's come to this. But I'm affected equally. I'm not a charity. I have to work to pay my bills, and I gave her ample time. I just need my property back.
In Peterborough, the harassment case has escalated. The Lithuanian tenants, husband and wife, Svegdas and Virginia, claim the letting agent turned violent after housing officers initially confronted him. And this is now a police investigation.
Initial call came in from the victim. The circumstances were that he'd been assaulted and that a knife had been held to him and that his phone had been stolen from him by the suspect.
PC Owen Pritchard and PC Andrew White are heading to the letting agent's premises so they can question him.
The bit we're going to is really busy, so I'm going to go into one of the sort of back roads, if you like, and then we can park up and walk towards the location, so we've got more chance of getting him in the office.
We'll chuck it on the end here. Right. I think it's just this side of it. Hello there. Is Mr. here? We need to speak to him sooner rather than later, really. Would you be able to call him for us? Thank you. Hello? Basically, we've come to your shop. There's a couple of incidents that we need to speak to you about. Would you be able to come down here so that we could have a chat? I'll be honest with you, we are going to need to arrest you, all right? We've not really got... Yes, yeah. I'd rather give you the full circumstances in person, not on the phone. All right. Thank you very much.
He's agreed to come and meet us at the police station in about 20 minutes' time. I think probably for his point of view, he'd rather have a meeting at the police station than having officers at his shop. So we're going to meet him there and conduct the interview in custody there.
Right. Okay.
"40 minutes later, the agent turns up at the station.
Hello there. Thanks for coming in. Do you want to step outside for a second? We just need to have a chat with you. We need to get this sorted, all right? So, what I'm going to do, before we go any further, all right, so I'm going to arrest you at this point. Okay, you're being arrested for common assault and possession of a bladed article and theft. It's alleged that basically you pulled a knife on him, you pushed him, and you took his phone off of him, all right? That's the circumstances. You're being arrested to prevent further harm to him and to prompt an effective investigation. So you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. You do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. So what we'll do, we'll go straight through to custody. There's no need for handcuffs or anything like that, is there? So if you go through, just follow me through, basically. Have you got anything on you that may be an issue in custody? Have you just got a mobile phone and the normal stuff? Okay. That's fine. Bring it through.
The police now have 24 hours to keep the letting agent in custody before they either have to release him or press charges. In Bristol, property developer Alex Marland is on his way to court. He's hoping to win back possession of his derelict pub from squatters who've taken over the building.
I just want to get it done, honestly. I just want it to be over. You know, it's taking up too much time. And you know, I've got other things to be doing, and all the while that we're dealing with this, I'm not doing the other things that I need to be doing. And which is very frustrating, really.
To rub salt into the wound, Alex may have to pay the squatters' utility bills too.
It's a very costly process for us. We're now paying for their electricity and heating in the building when we don't want them in there. I mean, it's a ludicrous situation.
Alex meets eviction specialist Chris Sharp at the court. He's hoping the judge will award him immediate possession of his building.
Hi, guys.
See you again.
You too.
How's things, all right?
Very good, thanks, yeah.
To Alex's surprise, the squatters and their associates have turned up and are set to make a defence.
I think we should get in there, see what they have to say, and take it from there.
Okay.
We'll get inside.
Okay, great stuff.
The squatters have asked the court whether they can stay in the property until Alex gets planning permission. Ten minutes later, Chris and Alex are out.
Well, that went really great. We got an order for possession forthwith, which is exactly what we wanted. The judge explained to the unlawful occupiers their position now and how long it might take to get the bailiffs. So, in any event, it's not going to be overnight that they go.
Well, I'm pleased that it's over, really, and now we can start moving on with what we need to do with the place. And so now we can, get possession back and start moving on with our plans, which is what we always intended to do. I'm just delighted that, that we've now got the court order and we can get on.
The squatters were represented by one of their number, Mr. Cotter.
I think that squatting, occupying properties, is a very simple and very obvious solution to the housing crisis that we're currently in.
The court's hands were tied, and the court had to make the order for possession. I take nothing away from what Mr. Cotter says. There clearly is a housing crisis, but it's not one which can be rectified simply by people just taking access of property which doesn't belong to them.
So we wait until the politicians sort it out? Yes. I mean, what is the alternative? I think direct action, taking action, doing things, changing the way that we do things in our life today, now, is what other option do we have? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Some of the other squatters are more direct.
Don't kill me, but me asking. You're fucking asking me. I don't give a shit. You cheeky fucker, mate. You're lucky we're in a public place.
Now we've got the order, we'll get the request for warranty, we'll get the bailiffs round, and hopefully in a couple of weeks' time we'll have them out. We got the result, and that's the main thing.
Well done.
Okay.
Excellent job.
Thank you.
In Bristol, eviction expert Chris Sharp is heading to the decommissioned pub to get rid of the squatters. They've been there for 2 months, but a week ago, a court awarded the pub's owner, Alex Marland, possession, and today is D-Day.
We're on our way to meet the bailiffs who are carrying out the eviction today of the squatters of the White Hart.
The squatters have tried to appeal the eviction, but with no luck.
Hi. So what's the position today? You guys ready?
I mean, are you literally going to come change the locks and everything now?
Once the bailiffs get here, yeah.
I mean, if you give us a bit of time, 'cause we're waiting for someone to actually come and
No worries.
stuff for us. Yeah. So if you give us a bit of time.
Yeah, no, that won't be a problem. That won't be a problem.
Great. All right, brilliant.
Okay,
All
thanks.
right,
Cheers. Thank you. He was reasonable. He doesn't want any trouble. So by the time the bailiffs get here, I'm sure they will be well on the way to moving out. So it should be a seamless transition, let's say. And let's certainly hope anyway. Good morning, guys.
The bailiffs arrive.
Yeah, let's go.
Chris is hoping the squatters will leave without any trouble.
Yeah, there's a guy just in that window there.
County Court, open the door. Sorry? It's County Court.
Who?
County Court. If you open the door, we give you time to get your stuff. If you're not going to open the door, then you're not going to get time. So it's over to you. How many people have you got inside? Who are you?
Remember what the court said 2 weeks ago? Unlawful occupiers. You should have been out 2 weeks ago. Do what the bailiffs say. Let's not have any trouble.
Right,
collect your gear and we'll go. I just think the sooner we can get this done, the better. We just want a trouble-free next 10 minutes, and then we can all move on, can't we?
As the squatters start to leave, Alex Marland, the property owner, arrives.
Well, I think just pleased to have the building back under control, really.
It's great news. He has possession back, but his property's been left in a terrible state.
It's like a student squalor pad. There's just empty bottles and beer cans in every room.
It's clear there have been lots of people living here.
They really have occupied every single room. There could have been anything up to 20 people in here, quite easily. Mattress in here as well. Clearly they've been in here. I mean, there's about 8 or 9 here now.
Yeah.
I think there's been probably up to 20 people here. Just unbelievable.
Getting the gas and electricity turned off is a priority for Alex, as the squatters have been heating and lighting the entire building at his expense.
You can see a place this size, with electricity and gas going, it's costing my client a fortune. And, you know, that is intrinsically wrong. Pooh. Let's hope not. Let's hope we use the toilet for that.
It seems ludicrous, really, that we can be left with something like this now, with all this graffiti all over the place, and we've now got to tidy it all up, and we've got to pick the cost up for that.
Are you moving on?
Yeah, I'm just here for a holiday anyway.
You're here for a holiday?
You're right, like.
You're redefining holiday.
It takes just over an hour to evict all the squatters.
We're just signing the warrant off now. This officially says that these guys have done their job and they've given back the property empty. Thank you very much. Cheers. Empty. Ooh. So the transport's turned up now, so I think they'll be on the way. And move on to the next place, wherever that might be.
Alex secures the building. The last thing he needs is a new bunch of squatters moving in.
Okay, guys, I'll see you later. Thank you. Cheers.
Now he can get back to the job of redeveloping the pub as much-needed housing.
We've dealt with it and secured as best we can. It'll provide new residency for the local area. It's a good site for development. It's in the right place. You know, it's a good residential area, and you know, it'd be the right thing to do, I think, to bring this back to life.
In Peterborough, after investigating the case, the police decided not to bring any charges against the letting agent. Meanwhile, there's good news for tenants Svegdas and Virginia, who have moved to a new property.
Is everything better now?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, very good. Happy.
In Chigwell, Essex, it's been almost 3 months since Cindy Scenerine evicted her troublesome tenant.
Oh my God, it's so nice to have it so clean.
Her home has been professionally cleaned, repainted and refurbished.
It's come up really nicely. I'm really pleased of how it looks now. Back to its original state. Oh my God, this is so much nicer. It was my baby, really. It was my little, you know, what I worked hard for all my life to own my own property. Wow, this is such an improvement.
Even though she's delighted to get her home back, the last 2 years of strife have taken their toll.
I can't tell you how depressed it got me. It reduced me to tears quite a number of times. It was 2 years of rubbish and mental anguish that I had to go through. Wow, look how clean this has come up. But now I've got a really good outcome. I've got my property back in the state that I like it. No grime, no dirt. So I'm a lucky girl.
It's been a traumatic experience, and Cindy has decided she no longer wants to be a landlord.
I'm too frightened to get another tenant. I don't know if I want to sell it. I don't know really what I want to do right now. I'm just enjoying the peace and quiet.